All right, what is up, guys? So in this video, we're going to be talking about a quick little method that I've used often to find some real kind of diamond in the rough products in kind of a unique way. So a lot of us know about Amazon's autofill feature. So I could type in like dog, right? And it's going to say toys, poop bag, bed, treats, nail clippers, right? But what I can also do is type in kind of like describer words. And what I mean by that is I could type in like large, for example. And now I see dog bed, mouse pad, dog crate, umbrella, glue sticks. Like I would never in a million years think to sell a large umbrella or large glue sticks, right? Or large ice cube tray for whiskey. And so what I would do is I would type in large. I would type in mini, right? And this is just an amazing way to just find kind of different versions of products that are kind of already popular, and then just add your own unique spin on it by making it large or mini or eco-friendly or reusable or disposable, right? There's a lot of different kind of like quantifier words, like descriptors, to kind of add an additional twist on kind of already proven popular stuff. And so one way is just to use the Amazon search bar, but the way that I prefer is the keyword software tool that we're going to be using for the rest of the course. It's not the most beautiful thing right now, but it does have the most powerful and, more importantly, most accurate back end of any of the keyword software out there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come into Keyword X, and they do offer free trials if you guys want to try it out. And we also will have a discount for this. I believe that we can actually put underneath this exact video if you guys do want to get a copy of Zon Keywords. It's going to be cheaper here than anywhere else. So what we're going to do is we're just going to type in large. And so we see a couple of things here. We see the handy dandy word cloud, right? The larger the word, kind of the more important it is and more kind of frequent it's actually shown. We see that there's 3,780 estimated monthly Amazon searches. That's because this word is actually large, right? And so like not many people are just typing in the word large into Amazon, but we see a bunch of different options here, right? Large mirror. We see quick chop salad bowl, large tote bag, large area rugs, large mason jar, right? Large wall art. I've actually typed this exact sentence into Amazon before. Large plastic storage container, outdoor thermometer, large. All right, so let's take a look at this. And what I like about this is it doesn't go to a single product. It shows you the overall landscape of the keyword. So if we look at outdoor thermometer large, well, first of all, we see that this guy's absolutely killing it. $124,000 a month. Let's sort by reviews here. So this is a good one, right? $7,500 a month, stainless steel outdoor wall, or excuse me, clock. Or thermometer, sorry, it's for $7,500 a month with, only 13 reviews, which is pretty cool. Or $9,400 a month with only 54 reviews, or, so these are kind of the two ones that we'd want to take a look at. So let's look at this actual product here. We're doing over $9 grand a month with 4 stars average with 54 reviews. So we could definitely unseat them from a review perspective, which is kind of always what I like to think about. And so they have two options here. They have a bronze and they have a silver for like $22, $23, or $36. Their listing is kind of strange. Like they're using like weird parentheses that aren't actually parentheses. I've actually never seen that before, but it looks pretty ugly. Indoor, outdoor thermometer, large wall thermometer with stainless steel for outside room or decorative silver. This could be better, right? A lot of this could be improved. Like I would use like a lifestyle shot showing this like in a beautiful backyard, or maybe like the original one I would have like sitting on like a table or something like that, just to make it like more kind of aesthetic rather than just like having this straight up pic right here. But that's definitely something that we would want to consider, right? $9,400 a month, almost 10 grand a month with only 54 reviews. It's pretty good. All right, so let's look at the next one. So this one is large plastic storage containers. So we see that there's absolutely insane numbers for all of these, probably too high. And there's one guy right here. It's Amazon Basics. So obviously this is a huge category. We see a lot of the people have, massive amounts of reviews though. We see some good ones though. 10 reviews right here. $13,000 a month. Let's take a look at this. I mean, this, excuse me, this overall category is probably too competitive for me to want to get into. just because there's too many people on page one, right? This is not something that I would want to get into. Mainly because there's so many people that have so many reviews, like 2,600 reviews is like impossible to ever unseat, right? And a lot of the kind of main guys who are making six figures are the ones who have over 100 reviews. So it would be possible to get into this niche, but you'd have to have, large budgets to be able to kind of force your way into page one. And then you'd have to be able to build those reviews quickly, and you'd have to spend a lot on PPC. So this is a product that if you had deep pockets, you could make a lot with, but it's just not one that I would want to compete with. It's a little bit too much competition for my personal taste. All right, so let's look at mason jars. So this one looks a little bit better, right? There's actually a pretty crazy revenue here. Let's sort by reviews. 16 grand here with 41 reviews. 8,500 here with 92 reviews. So this is probably the best one right here. So it looks like they're selling just one 32-ounce regular mouth ball canning mason jar pack of 2. All right, so they're selling 2 mason jars for $12.50. So, I would guess that they're probably like the cheapest. Let's take a quick look. So $12.50. Yeah, I mean there's some other guys at like $12.75, $12.98, but this seems to be the sweet spot, right? So let's look at this other one. 64-ounce clear wide mason jar, BPA free, 2 quart to make Greek yogurt, kefir, or pickles. Seems like a very specific. Right, so this is Amazon's choice, which basically means it's high rated, well priced, and available to ship immediately. It also means that it's having some good sales velocity relative to the competition. So the immediate thing that I see is that one 64-ounce, right? Nobody that I saw was selling two, like a set of 2 64-ounce. So maybe we sell a set of 2 64-ounce for like $23.99 or something like that, right? And so this is definitely something that would be interesting to take a further look at. This is something, again, that I would look at the frequently bought together. Start to kind of, stack all of these methods and all of these kind of, things that we're learning together on top of one another. Like you can look at, okay, could I bundle this? What could I sell this with? How could I improve the listing? What are the negative reviews saying that I could improve about the product, right? What's wrong with the pictures that I'm looking at that I could have like a happy, smiling baby with a bunch of pickles in the background going ham or something like that, right? So yeah, like this is pretty good. I mean, I don't know who would use a mason jar like that for freaking gingerbread cookies, but it's definitely all right. This looks a little bit better. All right, so pretty good job. Oh, so they do sell a set of 2 right here for $18.50. So interesting, yeah. So I mean, these guys are obviously killing it. 92 reviews. Again, let's keep stacking, right? Keep thinking about all the different strategies we talked about so far. So let's take a look at their brand, see if we can find anything else. 4-ounce hexagon glass jars. It's interesting. Five-ounce hot sauce bottles. Half-gallon clear kombucha growlers. Right? Let's do kombucha growler. Kombucha growler. Let's go into all departments though, because sometimes there's like some weird stuff. Ooh, is this going to be the jackpot? I've like literally gotten to the point with product research where every single product that I enter, I feel like is just going to be a friggin' winner. That's like, maybe that's the wrong mentality, but it's just where I'm at. All right, so 35 grand with 70 reviews is pretty insane, to be honest. But it looks like an outlier. True Fabrications, half-gallon clear glass beer growler, reusable for polyseal cap, pack of 4. Right, so they're selling 4 glass bottles for $18.56. All right. So, I mean, to be honest, I would not probably pursue this one just because, it's just too competitive with not enough kind of gain, in my opinion. Large tote bags, we see a lot of reviews here. Tote bags are also so popular on Amazon. It's just not something that I would want to get into. Quick Chop Salad Bowl, FDA approved. Wow, these are terrible reviews, all of these. Crazy. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, the monthly revenue is too low for me to really care. Large mirror. This is like an example of a product that a lot of people would probably be scared to sell, which would make it, probably easier to get involved in. And obviously, we see that the revenue is completely insane, and the review quantity is actually quite low, right? Like the average is probably like 100 or so. And if we look at this and sort by review quantity, we see $6,200 with 15 reviews. We see $62,000 with 56 reviews, right? So this is absolutely insane. This one's absolutely insane also. And just because it's doing more than like the $7,000 to $14,000 like kind of ideal range doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, right? I've sold fidget spinners, I've sold things like that, at the right time where they were kind of like scaling into doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and then I just didn't reorder, right? Like you have to kind of feel out every time that you're about to reorder from your manufacturer if things have gotten more crowded, if there's more sellers, if it's more difficult to stay on page one, if PPC is getting more expensive, right? And so there's no product that you just like buy once and it's like successful forever. You kind of have to feel it out every time. And the cool thing about Amazon is as time passes, your listing gets more valuable, right? Like as you get more reviews, as you get more sales history, as you get get sustained sales velocity, A9's algorithm kind of like grandfathers you into that first page, right? And if you build a review barrier, it's very, very difficult for people to unseat you unless you unless you do something heinous or like something crazy happens, but that is just not very likely. So 41 reviews, 4-star average. Like I can't even tell that this is a mirror, to be honest. It looks absolutely terrible. But it looks like mirrors with safety backing. Okay, mirror kit for gym and dance. That's interesting. Let's take a look. But you guys see what I'm doing. Like everything makes me curious on Amazon. Mirror kit for gym. Let's take a look at this. Because that's not originally what we were looking at. We were looking at large mirror. Wow, this person's making $1.17 a month. It's crazy. Yeah, so it looks like the two that we looked at earlier were kind of like the outliers, especially this first one, $47,000 a month. Probably because they have 41 reviews and everyone else has 0, though. Like everyone just makes a very obvious choice because there's really only one product that has any reviews, right? So if you come in with 25 5-star reviews and you have a different sizing or you're $299.97 or something like that, then maybe you can take over this niche, right? That's just kind of how my brain always works. So I would eye track this. I would see how many sales they're actually looking at. I would look at, the keyword volume for, mirror set for gyms and see what's going on. But the point is, guys, like you can do this with any types of words. Like I would come in here and type mini. Right, and we see that there's 13,485 estimated searches for mini. Obviously, the IQ score won't work here because this isn't like a real word. Like nobody goes in and types mini. Like they would type in like mini bar or like mini waffle maker. And like you can see that the Ninja IQ score, which is basically the higher the score, the better. It shows a relationship between the number of times a keyword is searched for and how many sellers listings include that keyword. You want a high demand with a low number of competing sellers, right? So it looks like waffle maker could be something interesting. Let's take a look. So mini waffle maker, we see that there's a couple of options. A lot of them have really bad reviews though, and there's a lot actually that have very low reviews. So let's take a look. So these guys are doing absolutely insane numbers, 147,000. That's too much for me. I'm unattracted by that at this point in my Amazon career. But there's some that I am attracted by, like 0 reviews doing friggin' 31,000. Like I would just make sure that this isn't like in the middle of like a launch, right? Because sometimes you'll see products that they have like crazy monthly revenue because they're in the middle of a launch. And what I mean by a launch is, and we'll learn this in the launch module, but basically how people get to page 1 is they sell more units per day than the people who are already on page 1 for like a certain period of time. And so if they're trying to do that, then sometimes it can throw off these numbers, which is why it's important to look at like the overall BSR, right? It's not possible, or it is, but it's not profitably possible to fake a sustained low BSR like this for a long period of time, right? So these people are not they're not in the middle of a launch because they have very sustained BSR for like years, right? Or for like at least over a year. So this is something that I always like to look at just to make sure that nobody's in the middle of a launch and it's throwing off their numbers. Because I've had or I've heard of horror stories where people will just rely on this number. They won't look at the keyword searches. They won't look at camel, camel, camel. They won't look at the BSR and all of the other kind of factors that we're about to talk about in one of the next videos, the 5 steps of product research. Unless you see the whole picture, then you can make big mistakes by relying on just like one piece of software. Even though Viral Launch is the best software for product research, no piece of software is perfect. So you have to use what's up here inside of your skull. And so that is kind of how I like to use quantifying words, descriptor words, whatever you want to call it, right? Mini, reusable, disposable, large, eco-friendly, lots of different ways to describe things. And then I'll look through like the entire set. There's so many options to go through in Zon Keywords here. Like, look at all of these. Mini bunt cake pan, mini Keurig, mini couch, right? It just goes on and on and on. So that, guys, is how I find $50,000 a month products in 5 minutes or less, using descriptor words, looking through the whole list, and literally going deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole, which we all know by now, hopefully, is how you become successful with Amazon FBA product research. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next.